Okay, the structure faces south. So over here on the east side of the house, that is the electric meter that should be sealed. We got all these bushes in front of it. Nobody can get to that. Also, what we don't have over there is we don't have an emergency shutoff. Recent requirement, emergency shutoff. And it's not labeled because you don't have it, so it's not there. So we're coming on along inside of here. We got a couple of cabinets. This is a low voltage communications box, but I just had to take a look and see what it is. And this is the main load center. Okay, so this is the breaker box. Call it what you will. Some people call it. What we've got going on here is it's 200 amps. This is the main principle that turns everything off. It's not the same as an emergency disconnect, but you've got a main principle. Okay, up here is the L1 and L2. We're supposed to have non-conductive covers over that. If you don't know that's hot, you don't belong in this box. I get that. But you're supposed to have a non-conductive cover over that. And that's an evolving code, so there'll be other times in the future when that's going to be called out for some other connections. But for now, it's just there and we don't have it. So again, 200 amps. So you come over here, we got our range, we got our dryer, air conditioning 1, air conditioning 2. Well, this is a 50 amp. And this is a 35 amp, and both of the condensing units require 30 amp fuses. So both of the condensing units are overfused. One obviously much more than the other. But being overfused like they are, that means that the units will be allowed to run in critical mode for a longer extended period of time before the breaker turns off to save the equipment. So it could run in an adverse situation and cause duress on your equipment that wouldn't normally happen. So those are overfused. Over here, range and dryer, remember that? These are supposed to be GFCI protected. They're not GFCI protected. It's only been required for the last few years, but they're not GFCI protected. And on the range, you're supposed to have a lockout on that. Now going on down here with all these are all supposed to be AFCI, arc fault protection protected. And again, it wasn't required when the home was built. And again, all these things are safety issues, so they're making the report. They're making the report. Coming in here, where is the bonding location? Bonding location is supposed to be labeled inside of the cabinet. Bonding location is supposed to be labeled inside of the cabinet. I'm not seeing a bonding location labeled inside of here. Oh, cold water clamp at water heater. It is located. The bonding location is in here. Thank you, Oscar. Oscar did that for us. So now we come over here and say AC number 1, AC number 2, furnace, kitchen, range. All that's handwritten, but we've got this. This is all printed. See, that's nice. So they went in there and they printed it anyway. So that's a good thing. Okay, come over here. We got an empty register. We got an empty table. The manufacturer, I didn't make this up. I didn't wake up this morning. The manufacturer thought it'd be a good idea to have some duplicity inside of this cabinet. Does that mean the breaker's not going to work? No, it doesn't mean anything. Does it mean the whole house is going to? No, it doesn't mean. It just means that you do not have duplicity. You do not have AC number 1 over here. You just do not have duplicity. So what do we got? Oh, well, let's look at our clamp. So this is our main bonding location. And I kind of want to look at this a couple times because the water pressure is too high coming into the house. And that's the bonding clamp behind the escutcheon plate. And then in front of the escutcheon plate, well, that is a water clamp. And I don't saddle valve for like an ice maker or something. I'm not sure what's going on there. But what I am sure is the water pressure to the house, not the water pressure to the house, but the house has a check valve. The water supply is a check valve. So when you have a check valve, we should have, okay. I'm just kind of looking at this. Brass craft. Is that gray? I hate to call it something that's not, but I'll go ahead and call that. Gray flex connectors are no longer acceptable. And I don't see a building permit on this. But I'm off track. I'm over here. This is a little communications box. What do we got? We do not have duplicity. What do we got? Some of the wires are touching the cabinet cover. Are they not? Maybe not. Okay, what do we got? We do not have a main disconnect, a main emergency shut off on the outside of the wall over there. We do not have protective covers over there. We've got oversized breakers here. We do not have GFCI protection here. We do not have a lockout here.